Hi guys, welcome to another episode of What the Tech. This is episode 9,
Yes.
I think?
Yeah,
it is
already
episode 9. Just teasing you. But anyway, Lehut's back because Adam is still at the MWC. He's still busy with the MWC in Barcelona. So yeah, we're back. The twosome duo. The dynamic duo, sorry.
Oh, no, it's careful, bro.
Pause it. But anyway, yeah, we've got a few things to talk about. Apart from the stuff that's happened at MWC, there's a few things that's happened on Apple side, and that's what we're gonna talk about. Yeah, Pause has really got into me this time, man. But yeah, so all right, let's start with what happened at MWC. Wait, that kind of sounds sus, but no, nothing really bad happened at MWC.
Yes.
But there's a few things that's interesting that happened at MWC this time around. So the Xiaomi 15 series was launched, which includes the Xiaomi 15 and the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, which is Xiaomi's latest flagships, and they're quite interesting.
Yes.
What do you think about them?
Yes, for me, Xiaomi is since last year they always like deliver in terms of their new photography since they're collaborating with Leica.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it just like although they released the new phone, but from what I saw in what's Adam's video, which is his hands-on, I think the exterior looks quite the same. It just steals like that. Maybe they say it's a little bit curved here and there, but I think from the outside, still looks the same.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a trend because that's kind of what people commented on the new Samsung S25 devices, saying that they look the same from previous gen. But honestly, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because, I mean, they've kind of hit sort of a peak with the 14 and 14 Ultra. So I think the best way to go is not to like overreach, with the specs and whatnot, but instead refine what made them good in the first place. So I think Xiaomi has that same idea, hence why the design is pretty much very, very similar with the last generation. And to the point where I think it's kind of interchangeable.
Yeah. But one thing about the design of the Xiaomi 15 series, I think the regular one, they quite improve on the camera bump.
Yeah.
They used to have like big camera bump with like with very rough edges, like
thick with double C's.
Yes, but not right now. I think they say it's like volcano shaped design. But for me, it's like I love things like that with a slight curved frame. It's very good on your hands, and
it's very comfortable. Exactly.
Yes, with the I think it looks like a matte back finish, so that's sealed the deal for me.
Yeah, matte back finish.
Overall, I think it's like they didn't change so much, but it's a good improvement.
Yeah, exactly. I think right now, technology in general has plateaued somewhat in terms of like a lot of manufacturers can't actually go beyond whatever they've already produced. But instead, I think the next best step forward is to refine what made them good in the previous gen, which I mentioned just now.
Yeah.
So I think I don't really see a problem. Like a lot of people are complaining about it, saying that this year's phones are the same it looks the same as last year's phones. Yeah, sure, it may look the same, but does it perform the same? I think it's better to have good performance rather than changing the design like super drastically. But performance wise, not so much. So I appreciate manufacturers like putting their resources on improving what worked. like how let's see how Samsung does it. Like they improved on their AI, and I think a lot of manufacturers are doing the same, which Xiaomi is also doing the same. I think they putting a lot of resources and a lot of attention to AI nowadays, and the software experience. And I would say, I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think there's not much to talk about the regular Xiaomi 15. I think it's more on the Ultra, right?
Yeah.
The new lens improvement.
Yeah.
So I feel like what I love with the recent update on the Ultra is like one of it is the 200 megapixel telephoto.
Oh yes.
I think they realized like people actually use telephoto a lot.
Yeah.
Not for like you want to zoom or to stalk somebody. It's just like you can frame better to take like street casual photography, right? You just want to zoom something from far away.
Yeah, true.
From what I saw, the sample image, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that is the next big thing for smartphone cameras. They already like have peak performance on the main lens and their ultra wide. How much details you want, I think.
Exactly.
Upgrading on the telephoto is, I think, a good move.
Yeah. I saw the one that Adam posted on YouTube. Yeah, it was crazy how detailed and even the colors are pretty sharp. I mean, it does compromise a bit compared to the main lens, but it's not so bad. Honestly speaking, it's not so bad. And you know, with the power of photo editing software, I mean, you can definitely bump up the colors, the details, no problem. And I think that it's also useful for if you go to concerts a lot. So now you don't have to like spend on those
your tickets,
extra expensive tickets just to see your favorite artists close up. Just use your camera. Just use your camera and man, that's crazy.
Maybe you can just improve on the recording. It's just software things. I saw like fellow creators, I think Izwan posted about like his Samsung. When you're getting a Samsung, have this feature of audio zoom or something like when you zoom, you can like actually listens to the voice much more clearer. I think that's the next some small tweak they can add, right? Overall, I think that's the good thing about the Xiaomi 15 series. Now they already add Gemini to the phone, which is I think about time for all flagship have this kind of like, I would say, generic AI functions, AI writing, speech, the circle to search. I think it's a good thing. It's just becoming the standard, which is a good thing for consumer like us.
I think Gemini has helped a lot in terms of like improving the overall usability of a phone. I mean, it's exactly how we imagined watching like sci-fi movies from back then and whatnot. Just use your phone to say, oh hey Google, just blah blah blah. Just set a date for dinner or where. I mean, I think I've said this quite a few times already. I use Gemini a lot to suggest where to eat and whatnot. So it does help a lot. And the good thing is the Xiaomi 15 and 15 Ultra is actually available in Malaysia now. It's open for pre-orders now. And the Xiaomi 15 starts at 3,499.
That's okay. I think that's the usual base flagship price, I would say. How about the Ultra?
The Ultra starts at 5,199, which is I think it's less than last year, I think, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's around the same price, I think. And you get some of the pre-orders. You get some of the pre-order specials. If you pre-order now for the Xiaomi 15, the base model, you get the Xiaomi Watch S4, which is worth 699, for free.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool. And also, if you pre-order the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, you get the photography kit. Oh, let's talk about the photography kit.
Oh, okay. What is it?
The photography kit. You know that it's basically an attachment it gives you a better granular control over your Xiaomi 15 Ultra. It gives you better,
feels like you're having like proper digital camera or something like.
It's pretty much a I think you connect it through Bluetooth, I think, if I'm not wrong. Is it?
It's not Bluetooth. I think they have for last year. I'm not sure with this one, but last year they have like some sort of USB-C attachment when you attach the
so it's
module
direct
to the it's direct. I think.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's cool that that you have the shutter button and all the dial for controls.
Yeah,
right? I feel like that's when you're using phones, like sliding through the screen would leave like smudges sometimes.
Yeah, actually. And also I think that adding a grip like the photography kit it makes it more natural, especially when you're taking videos and whatnot. Because, like they have the shutter button and all those things.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the shutter buttons, apparently this time around the photography kit has customizable shutter buttons where you can like unscrew and screw and unscrew different types of
I see
different button designs, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's one of the little things, but sometimes the little things count.
Yes, correct.
Another thing, Xiaomi actually introduced another interesting concept at
WWDC,
correct. Which I was pretty really impressed, and I did not expect it to come. Because it's a modular lens. Modular lens concept, which is pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah. I saw the Adam post the reels about the lens. It's like what impressed me the most is like you can just like take it off just like that. It's just like your usual MagSafe attachment with 2 contact points, if not mistaken.
Yes.
So from what I saw here, I'm not sure about the quality, but of course it is the normal physical lens. So I think the quality and the bokeh all would be much better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I used to have this one lens, a Sony lens. I think it's called XQ100.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like you can you have like a clamp to clamp on your smartphones. Just like this.
Oh.
Then you connect it through Bluetooth, so you can record through their app.
Really?
Yeah, that is like back in 2018, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it exists, but the caveat of that product is you have to charge the lens itself.
I was about to ask how.
Yeah.
How's the battery life like? Is it?
The battery life is not the best.
Really?
It's good for taking pictures, but I would say for videos, it's consumed a lot of battery.
How long does it usually last?
I'm not sure. It's been a long time, but what I can remember is not that long.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it maybe like an hour for videos?
Probably like 45 minutes, 50. I don't think it lasts about an hour. Maybe the one I have at that time is quite used condition, so the battery is...
okay, understand. But still, I mean, like 40 minutes of like videos, you can't really do much, honestly.
The thing is, I'm not really sure, but I think it's not that long. So I think about that range. So seeing this kind of innovation came out with a newer version with, I would say, more practical is a good thing, because when somebody starting a new trend, people tend to follow, like the trifle. You saw at the recent MWC, everyone is coming out with their own trifle.
Yeah, even Infinix is coming out with their own trifle.
I think
concept.
Infinix Techno with the trifle, right?
Yeah.
Hence, that's why we have to had someone who kickstarted, then everyone will follow.
For the Xiaomi one, I think what's more interesting is the fact that it connects via a pin connection rather than something like a Wi-Fi connection or maybe
maybe
Bluetooth.
Snap.
Yeah, it's just Snap and just works. And I think that's really interesting, honestly.
Yes,
but it does beg the question: would it be proprietary? can it work with any lens, or those kind of things. I think that is something that the kind of questions that I think people would want to know. I mean, sure, it's a concept now. I mean, they probably don't have a concrete answer. Sorry, we don't have a concrete answer at the moment. But yeah, I think those are the kind of questions that I would ask. Like, would it be a proprietary lens? Would it work with any other lens, or is there an adapter coming soon that can work with other lenses?
Yes, but for me, that thing is like out of question. It's way too far ahead. We say, because this thing about all modular things is quite ambitious, but it's needed to progress.
Yes,
in terms of technology. It pushes innovation, right? Just like before, I think we all know Lenovo Moto, the modular one.
Oh yeah.
It's quite cool, but it fell off somehow.
Yeah.
But it's a good, I would say, it's a good effort.
Yeah.
I think the another example is it Essential Phone or what? The module one, the one
There's
you
one
can
from Google. Remember that you can swap out the camera?
Yeah. Is it from Google?
Yeah,
that one?
it's Google.
Yeah, that one. I remember it's being modular. You can customize everything, right?
Yeah.
It's a great concept, but in terms of the execution and the readiness, it's just not there, because you have to think from business sides and practicality sides.
I think, like you said, that concepts drive innovation, but I kind of feel that maybe I hope something like this actually sticks. Like you mentioned, a lot of the concepts before, like the Google phone and the Motorola, I think they were really ahead of its time. But yeah, like you said, execution and support not there.
Yeah,
and people, I think people weren't ready to accept those kind of features at the moment. Now I think it's a good time, because I think a lot more people are getting more and more budget conscious. So something like this, if they can like kill two birds with one stone, I think it would be a viable option for consumers. So yeah, and it's not just Xiaomi that did this. I think Realme also did it.
Yes.
Realme, but it's a completely different. It's similar, but it's a completely different concept at the same time.
Yes.
Whereas Realme's is more of you attach the lens straight to the camera, straight to the phone's camera. So it's different from this one, where you basically connect the phone, connect the lens through
the phone,
pins,
through pins.
Through pins. So this one, for that one, it works more like a traditional camera, where you just place different lenses on the sensor. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept, and I do think there is a future in this.
Yeah.
But whether or not it will be this drastic, and whether or not people will catch on, as fast as they can, that's a question that we can't answer at the moment.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, quite an interesting topic, lah. And speaking of interesting topics, Apple came out with
out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere, a slew of new products, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
By the time I saw the press release, everyone posting about the press release, I was like, wow. Yeah. Well, it's so sudden, in the middle of night.
Like Adam literally just texted me, okay, get ready tonight, there's something happening. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like sitting and waiting, and I'm like, okay, what's happening? Okay.
They announced the Ultra first, is it?
They announced the MacBook.
Oh, MacBook.
Well, actually, technically, if we go by chronologically, they announced the iPad Air first. They announced it on Tuesday, and I was like, oh, okay, new iPad Air, and it's powered by the M3.
M3,
and it's a pretty good and pretty powerful iPad, honestly.
iPad is always the newest Apple Silicon iPad is always overpowered for me. But I used to think that, you don't need this on iPad until I saw somebody who such a power user with the iPad edits on those. Did you ever see a photographer who attached the iPads on their camera?
And
edit on the spot, right? I feel like, wow, if I'm editing a raw footage or raw image on the spots, it's like they do the on the spot service, right? With their iPads. I think you need that kind of power to avoid those lags. You know, when you should burst your shutters and all the image came in, that's where the power came to life.
Oh man, that's where the M3 comes into play. I mean, among other things.
Yes.
Because the M3 is... Dude, the M3 is literally a laptop chip that Apple's putting inside an iPad.
Yes.
Dude, that is... To say it's overkill... I wouldn't say it's overkill. I think like, if I were Apple, I'd be like, why not?
Yes.
I mean, it's my chip. It's my product.
Yes.
Why not? And I think, they've been doing a good job. I mean, in terms of the usability of it and how they adapt such a powerful chipset on something like a tablet, it's really commendable. And I do feel that iPads are the best. If you want to get a tablet, I would always say get an iPad.
Yes.
If you don't mind the Apple ecosystem, get an iPad. That is the best tablet that you can get right now.
Okay. For me, it's like if I'm not I would say like power user or any editor, I would get an iPad instead of MacBook. The only things about MacBook is I can game on it, and I love to customize a lot of things.
I mean, you can game on an iPad. You can play.
No, I mean like we have like some Mac games. Which is heavier. That's why.
But I mean, it's interesting lah. I mean, they not only announced in M3 iPad Air, but they also announced the refreshed normal iPad.
Yes.
With the A16, which is also an insanely powerful chip.
Right.
But again, not as powerful as the M3, but still, I doubt that you would go wrong if you choose the iPad Air. The normal iPad over the iPad Air right at the moment.
For me, it's like because the normal iPads cost like so cheaper. I think it's cheaper than most so-called flagship tablets, Android tablets, but still outperform every single one of it.
It starts at 1,599.
Yes, hence this kind of iPads always sold out in the in the websites. I always recommend this to all my friends who want to try, because the question they always give me is like, is this good enough? Is this powerful enough? I say this is good enough. Don't let those spec sheet fools you. This is powerful enough for your work. Because at the end of the day, what you do, you don't get much. You just want something smooth to open, something powerful, smooth enough to open your works. Then lags.
Yeah, exactly.
Extra storage. I think that's good enough.
Yeah. And moving on to another thing that Apple released, I think this is kind of like something that people have already expected, and kind of it's more like an open secret kind of, like the new MacBook Air.
Oh
the
yeah,
M4-powered MacBook Air. I mean, people have been expecting it, and because they didn't announce it when they first announced the new batch of MacBooks, so people were already expecting it, but people didn't know when, and a lot of people were speculating when. So the rumors were, the initial rumors which I published before was it was supposed to come in March, and lo and behold, it did come out in March.
Yes.
And the MacBook Air is also another piece of powerful tech.
Yeah. I think the most interesting part about this MacBook Air is how they price it, starting from 4,499 ringgit.
What a good.
Which is what a good price.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember back then is like 2020 or 2019.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say 2,000 ringgit. And I'm like,
no. back in 2020
how long ago was that?
or 2019, I bought the MacBook Air, the Intel one, for like the cheapest one is like 4,900 something, like that. The way they price this Mac with M4 chip, which is, of course, it's powerful, super powerful. It's only like subs 5,000. It's like even under 4,500 is crazy, I think.
Yeah, man. Like,
it will break the market.
Yeah. How do you pack that much power in such a small form factor? Like, it's so thin. I mean, it really does. I mean, the MacBook Air has always been thin.
The thinness, yes.
And it's always been impressively thin. And every single time they come out with a new MacBook Air, I'm like, dude, how the heck are they doing this, man? Yeah. This is some black magic voodoo stuff, man. Like, what is happening at Apple, man? I want to know.
Hey, here's the thing about it. Can you names like a Windows laptop that as thin, as powerful, under 5,000? Not even under 4,500, under 5,000.
Yeah, I mean,
I bet you can't find any productivity laptop with that kind of form factor.
I think in terms of form factors, I think Windows laptops are catching up. I mean, like the recent Asus A14.
Yeah.
This Asus A14 is pretty much the lightest laptop in the world at the moment. But
in terms of the price?
In terms of price, it's comparable. But I think in terms of power, it's nowhere near.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. That's why I say it's like black magic voodoo, man.
Yes.
Like, dude, what are they doing? How are they doing this? But yeah, I mean,
I think a lot of people is like usually ask tech review like us. Mm-hmm. The most asked question is like, doesn't it become hot?
Yeah.
Doesn't it become hot? Is it good enough compared to the pros? Why don't you spend a bit to buy a pros? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the two questions. My answer is always, I'm using the MacBook Air M2, not even the M3, the M2 back then, editing 6K videos on the trains. It could last for a long time.
That's crazy.
I think my journey to office on train is like 1 hour plus. I still can edit through smoothly without having any battery issues.
Oh man, that's crazy. That is
so. If someone asks me which should you buy, get a Pro only if you a gamer or you enjoy those high refresh screen rate. Like me, I game a lot. That's why I use a MacBook Pro instead of my old Air. And if you're traveling a lot back and forth, I think maybe you have to go shoot on site or maybe go to event coverage or something. Yeah. Just get a MacBook Air. It's huge difference in terms of weight and the form factor.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Get the MacBook Air.
Just get the MacBook Air. Because if you dub us, at least I can assure you, I edit 6K Blackmagic raw footage using the Mac, and it's M2, not even M4. So just get the M4.
Okay, big claims. You know. But Apple also released the. Speaking of the M chips, Apple also released the new M3 chip.
Yeah, M3 Ultra.
M3 Ultra, yeah, exactly. And this is something I didn't expect because it kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, it's literally the whole series came out of nowhere, honestly. Yes. But yeah, the M3 Ultra is damn.
Yeah. I expect it to be powerful because it comes like a whole bunch of cores, much better rendering. Because this thing about Ultra chip is all for the big powerhouse for the
definitely.
rendering of 3D effects and so on. So
hence why it's on the new Mac Studio, right?
Yes. Because Mac Studio is always for those professional who use for super heavy stuff. So I would say I'm not like surprised by its performance. It's just gonna get better. It's not overkill for someone who uses it to its max potential, but for like normals, like I would say like intermediate people like us, not so good pros. I wouldn't call myself a pros because I just used to do like contents like it's not that demanding. I would say.
I think I think this will really help for people who do movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And those kind of things, the kind of power like the M3 Ultra offers, I think it's gonna be very, very appreciated by users who actually needs this kind of power. And oh man, looking at this, I'm looking at the specs right now, and I'm like, whew, there's like 32 core CPU, 24 performance cores, 8 efficient cores, resulting in up to 1.8 times the performance of the M1 Ultra. Crikey!
Fun fact, just like fun fact, because I usually rendering I would say converted to ProRes using my MacBook and Mac Ultra. This MacBook M3 render slower than my M1 Ultra.
Oh, okay. I mean, because the M1 Ultra.
The M1 Ultra still renders like two times faster than the M3 because of the core. So if you're using for something like that, 3D stuff, need heavy rendering, that's where the powers is needed.
And also, I think I like the fact that Apple also introduced the Thunderbolt 5, which is double the speed of the Thunderbolt 4, which is Thunderbolt 4 is already
it's already
insanely fast.
Yes, correct.
And now you have like 120 gigs per second transfer speed.
Yes, and
like dude,
I think it's like what I say. It's you won't find someone who transfer 120 gig on daily basis, right? But on like those film crews that transfer from their big storage, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte per day is just another days for them.
Yeah, man.
So this is where this kind of features benefits them.
It's crazy, man. Like literally, what kind of black magic voodoo is Apple doing, man? I
think you miss out one more thing.
What?
It can drive up to 8 Pro display. SD, right? At 6K, which is 8, bro. 8.
Dude, that is...
I think my PC at home would die from one 6K monitor.
Your PC would die. What about mine? Dude, mine... it's so underpowered now. But I love that thing. Yeah. But yeah, man. Speaking of Apple, now we're talking about their major... Now we're going to move on to their major rival, in a sense.
In a sense.
Samsung. Samsung just announced the official release date for the One UI 7.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Exactly.
For all Samsung's user, finally.
Finally. Yeah, I mean, it's
like rubbing salt to the wound. They said finally, Samsung said finally, here you go. I think you asked what a few months ago. Yeah.
But dude, I mean, like, okay, One UI 7 release, it's coming out in April for the S24. It's coming out for the foldable.
It's on April, not even this month.
Yeah, not even this month. Yeah, you have to wait next month. Man.
It's sad, bro.
But personally, I am not that affected because I'm not a power user per se. I like to tinker with my phone, but I am not the kind of guy who does it and documents it and like goes on forums and wanted to discuss features and really, really dive deep into the software.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who are, and they are not happy the fact that the recent A56, A36, and A26 came up with One UI 7.
But not the flagship.
But not the older flagships.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that is rubbing salt into the wound.
I would definitely snap. Imagine buying like what 5K worth of flagship, then your cheaper option got the One UI first.
Yeah, that's the main complaint that people have, because you're paying that much for a flagship. I mean, you're not just paying for the phone itself; you're paying for the support that you're getting. I mean, Samsung is like promising multi-years of support.
Yeah.
So and people are expecting that multi-year support. Sure, okay, they do provide regular software supports almost every month, and that is good. But when you have a substantial update like the One UI 7, to not come out to your older flagships like the S24, because S24 is the most recent, it does point to it points to a kind of a bad position on Samsung's part. But I have been reading online as well saying that One UI 7 is a bit janky of sorts when it comes to older hardware, because I don't know, somehow they maybe tailored it to the Snapdragon 8 Elite more compared to the previous gen.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, okay, I understand that, but as a company like Samsung, a big company like Samsung, the kind of resources they have, the kind of promises they've made, I think that is not really a good answer.
Yeah.
So,
to add on to your concern, I think most of these One UI 7 features, which is power user features, usually used by people who bought flagships. The mid-range person doesn't really care about these fancy features going on. So I think that's a bad move from them, because they should prioritize the flagship first.
Yes.
Not that to have some type of discrimination, but I would say from my own experience, if I'm using a mid-range, I usually don't bother much with the extra stuff.
Yeah, I would look at more like if I can game with this phone and whatnot. I mean,
with the battery life, I just want go through the day smoothly with the phones. That's all.
Yeah.
No lag, no nothing.
So yeah, I do think that I hope next time Samsung would improve on this when they come up with One UI 8.
Yes.
And don't leave it too late like this. I mean, sure, okay, you do need to do a lot of R&D and a lot of trial and error testing and whatnot. But you've already promised that kind of support, so customers will expect that.
Yeah, great.
I hope Samsung will improve.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to our community segment. Okay,
Whoa.
I posted a question which is based on this MWC stuff that's happened on MWC, and I specifically asked whether the concept phones with a physical lens attachment, will that be the future of smartphone photography?
Yeah.
And if it is, if you have any thoughts on it, do comment below.
Okay.
And we've got a lot of good comments, honestly, and the engagement is pretty good. So basically, okay, let's start. Okay, at first I wanted to pick and choose which were the most interesting comments, but all the comments were interesting. All the comments were good and interesting. So I'm like,
maybe we just breeze the comment now.
Let's talk about it. So, okay, so at Kimochi said, is it time for Samsung to bring back the Zoom series? Oh, remember the Zoom series?
It's been a while.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's back in the day. There's so many Samsung series I forgot. Aside from that, there's something called, I forgot. Aside from Zoom, what is it?
Oh yeah, there was one.
The big screen one.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Oh man, that
Let me
these
Samsung
kind of.
big screen. Oh, I cannot find it. I forgot.
Okay,
I
if
know.
you guys know it, then tell us in the comments.
I definitely remember how it looks like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's been years, man. Almost 10 years.
Yes, almost 10 years.
Oh man,
I think that's goes way back to the S3, S4 times, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Kimochi, for bringing us back to that, to memory, down memory lane. But okay, let's move on to another question. This is from Jet Bullet 29. Module add-on for when you need it. Geez, we had that stuff years ago, and now the Chinese are reinventing.
Yeah, like what I said, right? If we have that kind of thing for so long, it just, what you said, it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
At that time, it was ridiculous, I think.
I would say it was ridiculous. I think it was far-fetched. Like it was too ahead of its time.
Oh yeah.
Like people were not really ready for that kind of technology. But
yes.
Again, I do feel that nowadays people are more accepting. People are more receptive to these kind of technologies, because we have already plateaued with the normal tech, the normal like flagships and whatnot. So yeah. I think now is the time to do these kind of innovations. Re-innovations, yes, like exactly.
Okay.
Like Jet Bullet said, reinventing. Yes, they are reinventing. Okay, let's move on to the next comment.
The big black digger.
The big black digger. Thank you for such an interesting username. But he said, if the smartphone is good enough and has similar capabilities, I actually think that this will be a major step in replacing DSLR or mirrorless cameras, at least when it comes to mainstream users, because everyone uses a smartphone nowadays, so adoption will be easier. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Somewhat.
It's like the presence of, from what he says is true, because you can see it's like content creator now doesn't bring their camera much. They just use their phones. Yes. They have lock features, footage. I would say the image is good enough for official postings.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It's good because it won't kill the mirrorless camera or proper camera market, because they have their own use.
Yes,
but
exactly.
This one, like what you said, it does is the mainstream.
Yeah, it will definitely be an attractive option for mainstream users, mainly because DSLR, as much as DSLRs and mirrorless are powerful cameras, powerful devices, they are bulky compared to a phone.
Yeah,
and I think the pocketability of pocketability of a phone with that kind of lens attachment for even better imaging capabilities.
Yes,
I think it's a very interesting and very attractive option.
Yes,
especially like you said, content creators and those kind of people. So yeah, good point. The big black digger. Moving on to the next comment. It's from Cupid. Cupid said, I think it's a good idea for mainstream users to get into the photography world. I see a lot of good stuff on the web using mobile phones as a tool for learning and showing off their skills. But will it last long enough compared with the real cameras? I think not. Peace. Good points. Yes. What do you think?
I think it's a good point, because things like this, I would say, depends on the hype, I think. Because while the hype is there, everybody is using it. But after sometimes people tend to so lazy. Things like that. When new things come, people will be excited, right? Yeah. But I would say things like this with our era of like full of influencers and content creators, I think everyone benefited from it. So I don't think it's gonna die off just like that so soon compared to the past.
Definitely. Okay, let's move on to the next comment. Okay, it's more practical to just have a camera and a phone. Yes? No? Wait, what? It's more practical to just have a camera and a phone. So what? Meaning like
separated.
Together?
You have one. He means I think you have one physical camera mirrorless and another one is phones.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was from Chumi. Chumi.
Yes.
Chum Chumi.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. Moving on to the next comment. It's from ViewQRA Bawa BR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see the prices first. Looking at Sony's QX series. Oh, like you mentioned,
like what I said.
Looking at Sony's QX series and how they flopped, I'm guessing no. But 2025 prices might be different.
I would say they flop because there's no innovation on that, and at the time, people was not into that thing yet. Because like what I said, there's too many caveat of the products because it's the battery doesn't last long, the attachment sometimes the Bluetooth connection sometimes lag, things like that, because they don't improve their products. Hence why it's flopped, not because the product is not good. And back then, I would say the usage of like social media is not as powerful as today. So, like what you say, it's right thing, wrong time.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's move on to the last comment, which is at Derek Drummond 7544. He said, "That's called a camera!" Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Just something else to lose or break. The idea of having a decent phone camera was so you didn't have to carry loads of bollocks around. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking on the camera capabilities of flagship nowadays, because the camera performance of flagship nowadays is good, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think our photographer more also using his S24 Ultra for thumbnails.
Yeah,
it's good enough. So we don't we're not like denying that, but for me, I feel this lens attachments will serve
enhance. It's more like enhancing.
Yeah, enhance and serve as like emergency options.
Yes.
Maybe it's one day you forgot to bring your camera. Maybe your lens mess up or die midway, because those things happens when you don't expect it the most.
So it can be a good stopgap alternative lah, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's quite an interesting comment section this time around.
Yeah.
So
keep it coming for next one.
Yes, please.
Really good comments.
Yes, please. Okay, so that's all we have for today. And before we end the episode, let's talk about some of the videos that we've released this week and some of the videos that will be coming in the recent days. So we've been we're kind of back in the groove basically, and it's more we've got a lot more videos on the slab right now.
Yeah.
And we have Adam recently released a S25 Ultra video where he took 1,000+ videos and photos to see how the camera actually works, how the more in-depth look at how the camera works. And I have to say it's pretty impressive. But if you want to know more, go check out our YouTube channel.
It's pretty detailed.
It's very detailed. Very detailed.
Yeah.
So Adam really put the S25 Ultra's camera through the ringer, basically, and you'd be surprised at how well it works.
Right.
And the next video is a hands-on video of the new Xiaomi 15 and 15 Ultra.
Yeah.
And Adam was really blown away by the camera performance, and safe to say, I was also quite blown away by the camera performance. And again, if you want to know more, do check out the video. It's already up on Adam Lobo TV YouTube right now. And we also have... we didn't mention the Nothing phone this time around.
Yes.
Feels like we've been mentioning it for a few episodes. But we did an unboxing, a chill unboxing of the Nothing Phone 3A in blue. And I have to say, the blue color is nice.
Like, for me, because we're too used to the white and black.
Yeah.
Seeing it in blue is like something nicer.
Yeah, exactly. And I miss the times where, like Honor did with their Honor 8.
Yes.
Oh, that blue is Chef's kiss. But yeah, okay. So that's some of the videos that we have already posted up this week. But we also have a few coming in the next few days. We did a review for the Marshall Emberton 3 Bluetooth wireless speaker, as well as the Marshall Minor 4 wireless earbuds. If you know the Marshall brand, you know that they are quite popular in the speaker space, and also their call to fame is actually amps, like guitar amps and whatnot. So,
and of course their aesthetic, I would say.
Yes, the aesthetic.
You can find all the Marshall speakers and audio stuff in the cafe. And
Exactly. It's damn near recognizable. Basically, you see the speaker and you know, okay, it's a Marshall speaker. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the videos, and we also have another video where we pit the Nothing Phone 3A against its predecessor, the Nothing Phone 2A. So stay tuned for that to see how it goes. So thank you so much for tuning in to the 9th episode of What the Tech. We're coming up to a 10th episode next week. Very excited for that. And thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have anything to tell us, or to add on, comment down below. Yes. And we read all our comments.
Yeah, Adams will be back.
Adam will be back next week. Yeah, he'll be back from Barcelona, and I'm sure that he has a lot to talk about.
Yes.
From MWC, and stay tuned for that. So I'm Syed.
I'm Yehud.
And this has been What the Tech, episode 9. Goodbye. See you next week.